Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Urban Crew, episode 13. On today's episode, we will be discussing album of the week, which is In Utero by Nirvana. And just going on about a couple of topics along the lines of that. It might be a bit of a shorter episode, but hopefully you guys enjoy. So let's dive right into it.
Yep, yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Let's have Brady start.
all right, all right.
Oh, so Nirvana in Utero. I think it's a great album. People have got mixed opinions on it for sure. Something I did hear recently is that apparently the engineer that was working on the album with them said that the album sounded unreleasable
Wow, what?
because
No.
it was like too raw or whatever. But I think it sounds great.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite track's gotta be radio friendly unit shifter, whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's called.
I think I know which one you're talking, yeah.
But I also really like Heart Shaped Box,
Mm,
which is a very popular one.
yeah.
And those are my opinions.
I got you.
But I'm curious to see what you guys think about the mix.
All right, all right.
Okay.
So, I assume Joe wants me to take the lead, so I'll take the lead on
Go
that.
for it.
All right. So, in case some of you don't know, I'm not the biggest Nirvana person. I like a few of their songs, but I don't listen to them on my own time that often. So this was a very interesting listen for me because I know about Nirvana, I know they were big, but I never really got into it. So listening to this album, I am and knowing a couple of the songs on there, it's interesting to hear the mass of everything. And honestly, the mix wasn't that bad. I did hear a couple of different variations because there was the original release, that came out on CD, and then what came out digitally afterwards, which people usually think is the normal mix, is like a kind of remaster mix type deal. But I've listened to all of it. It's really not that bad. It's pretty solid. I think I like the original mix better than the newer ones, just for the fact that the new mixes have the bass is super fucking loud. Well, for one example, at least for me, is in Heart Shaped Box, and honestly, hot take, not one of my favorite songs. I'll say that right now. Um,
Mhm.
that's my opinion. Um, but anyway, the bass in the newer versions is really loud in the background, but if you go back and listen to the original mix, the bass is super quiet and everything is mixed, and it's, at least for me, more listenable. But apart from that, that's really the only issue I've had with it. Everything else has been great. I would probably say my favorite tracks from this album would probably be Tourette's, All Apologies, and Dumb. I'd probably say those ones would be my top.
Those are all great tracks for
Oh,
sure.
Oh yeah.
I did the second song, the vocals can be overbearing. And
Okay.
I heard Joe saying that
I
to
think
me
I
like
know.
last
Yeah,
week.
I think I know why you said that. Um. Okay. So for me, I'm pretty much in the exact same boat as you, in terms of not really something I'm into or have listened to too much. Um. I had a good time with this album, though. I would say I pretty much do agree with what you said on the mix. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't hear the original version. I only heard like whatever the standard like digital release is.
right.
Um, but for me, I didn't. The bass didn't really feel too loud for me. I thought the mix in general was pretty good. There was some rough spots, I would say, but in total, I thought the mix was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Um, And in general, it's not really a sound that I expected, but I did have a good time with it. That second track, however, I found that to be
Oh, here we
wildly
go.
annoying. Honestly, like, no disrespect or whatever, but like, I wasn't feeling that track at all personally. But every other
Mm.
track, I thought was solid. Now for me, my favorite track I think was Heart Shaped Box.
Really
Yeah, my second
interesting.
my second favorite was probably All Apologies. And then I did like Dumb. I also liked the one Brady mentioned.
Yeah.
Definitely a good amount of standout songs I would say on that album for
Oh, for
me.
sure. Sure.
Yeah, I
And
definitely like this album a lot more than Nevermind, which is a hot take.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like that's one of the biggest selling albums of all time.
yeah,
I definitely like it better.
I agree with that. I would say a lot of the songs on this album I liked more than a lot of their like big most popular songs
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way as well. Like I said, I haven't listened to everything that Nirvana has.
Yeah, me neither.
But I did actually listen to Nirvana's first album, Bleach, and there's a lot of stuff on In Utero, like a lot of the more screamy stuff that's on like Bleach. So it kind of takes back into that like first album style. And I really enjoyed that, and I feel like um just in general, this is a really well done album, and I think it's a great way to for them to send off Nirvana, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole reason they made this album was because they hated how overdone Nevermind sounded.
Yeah.
They just set out to make a super raw record.
Yeah, they literally wanted
They
it
captured
as
it pretty
raw
well.
as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's crazy like Nirvana being such a big band and like only had like 3 albums. They weren't even together that long.
Yeah,
Like imagine where Nirvana would have ended up like if things hadn't went down the way they did.
yeah, that's oof. Do we want I don't think we want to get into that whole Oh, actually, that we could go into that with another topic, which we'll continue after we're done discussing this album, but I'll bring it up
Okay,
afterward.
okay. I mean, I really got nothing more on this album. I thought it was solid in general. Few things I didn't love, but overall,
Yeah,
super good.
overall, yeah, I would definitely say
Yeah,
I'd add it to my playlist. So,
yeah,
Really?
oh yeah, I have.
yeah.
Oh shoot. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Brady, did you have anything more?
No, that's all I got.
Okay.
So this kind of goes along with the album, which is kind of funny timing. There's been a lot of news about the fact that people are going back and looking at Kurt Cobain's case, and they're saying it's starting to look more like a homicide than a suicide.
Yeah.
Like,
People have been saying that for a while.
People have been
well,
saying
I
that for
know,
years.
like,
Yeah.
like a group of people actually like went in and funded like this whole thing to go back and look into all the details, and they found like a whole ton more evidence. I don't know it by heart, but if like you guys want to look it up at some point, like go ahead and feel
Yeah.
free. But it's a very interesting read, and it's like it really makes you think like the way that Hollywood is. I mean,
Yeah.
not too far fetched, you know.
No, not far fetched at all.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Gotta
Allegedly.
gotta throw an allegedly over all this just for certain reasons, but
It's like one of your signature words now.
oh yeah. But no, that's definitely true. And like I haven't like this has been true, but I haven't seen whatever this new stuff is. I'll definitely be looking that up.
Mm.
Taking a
Yeah, when did this
gander.
come out?
This was like I think like a week or two ago, or
Oh,
something like that.
pretty
Fairly.
dang recent.
Ew. I think I might have seen something like that.
I'm
Maybe.
sure you've probably seen something like that floating around. Like it was a fairly like decent thing. I've seen it like a couple times, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely need to take a gander at that.
yeah.
But yeah, it's even like beyond all that, like it's always been an odd situation. And like people have had their doubts like since day one, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's so odd because it seems like a lot of like musicians that were legitimately trying to do good things end up dying early in their career
Yeah,
just out of
yeah,
or
literally.
faking. There's a ton of stuff like that. Like Elvis is still alive. He goes by a different name, but he actually like there's a whole ton of evidence he's a pastor somewhere.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Yeah, no, he actually there's a video of him up on stage saying like, "I'm Elvis, but I don't want to hear no more about it," or something like that. Like it's a whole thing. But like
Huh.
just that happening, and then the whole thing with like Michael Jackson, like
Yeah.
and like, that whole like can of worms, and like just the whole music industry is a little bit like a little sus. I'm not gonna
Well,
Yeah,
I
lie.
yeah,
think
no, I wouldn't
I
be
think
wrong.
Michael Jackson did fake his death.
I don't think Michael Jackson faked his death. I feel like um I feel like this has to go into all the Epstein shit going on because like
Oh.
there's I know I'm not gonna get into all that, but what I'm going to say is like allegedly there was thing where Michael Jackson went like to that island and didn't like it and was trying to like help the kids or something like that, and they didn't like it, so they ended up offing him in some way. And I heard that somewhere. It was like I only heard
Yeah.
of like one. It's like there's just whenever it comes to celebrity deaths like that, it's so interesting to like read into it and be because the whole industry is just weird anyway. So it's like it could be true. You'll never know. Like
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much theory around, and like on one hand, like a lot of these theories are very reasonable and like
oh yeah,
possible, but on the other hand, like people are always just dying for there to be drama too. So I think it's like
Yeah.
in some cases I think these are true, in other cases it's probably just a theory. But
yeah.
in any case, I think it's all definitely worth taking a closer look at.
Oh yeah, for
With like
sure.
any of these people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um I don't really have any more on that topic. Did you have anything?
No, I've got nothing more to add to that.
Okay.
No,
Brady.
I mean neither.
Okay. That was definitely a good thing to bring up. Caught me a little off guard. I was not
Yeah.
expecting you to go that route. Um, I had like really nothing relevant prepared to add. So if there's nothing more, I suppose I will get on to. It's my pick for album of the week, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, so album of the week is not actually going to be an album.
What?
It's going to be an EP.
Okay.
Okay, so for album week, we're going to do Metallica Beyond
Hmm.
Magnetic.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
this already. I
yeah.
like this already.
Icing it up.
I won't say too much. I'll save it for next episode. But what I will say is 4 songs, I believe.
Hmm.
They're all pretty long songs. These are basically like outtakes from Death Magnetic, which was their previous album.
Yeah. So,
So much good shit. Like so many of these songs are better than songs that were actually on Death Magnetic, in my opinion.
I know. What's with that?
I agree full-heartedly.
Yeah. So definitely, I think going to be a fun one. Plus, we haven't done any Metallica stuff yet for album of the week, and like
Yeah.
Metallica's like our like collective like top band, I
Oh
think.
yeah.
That's like
So
why we're a band.
yeah, we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for Metallica.
Real.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think
Jackie's got a really good band on his shirt.
Oh
Really good
yeah, he
band.
does. Promote that
I
shit.
do. I do have a band. It's not well known, but there's an album coming out later this year, an EP.
Oh yeah.
Check us out on YouTube. Check our EP out on Spotify, Untraceable Death.
Once it comes
Plugging
out,
it.
yep.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I think that'll be a fun album of the week. Technically EP of the week, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I almost said album of the EP.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, no, that's solid. I'm excited because that's like
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my favorite little mini Metallica projects. So
same.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped.
hell yeah. And also, I will say, this doesn't involve this, but I will say I already have my pick for album of the week next week, and I think
Nice.
Joe's gonna like.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Oh,
Well, I think that's everything, unless anybody else has anything they want to say.
no. Ready?
Sums everything up.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to leave us a suggestion for album of the week like that, leave it in the comments below. Any suggestions for content you want to see from us, also leave that in the comments below. I'm going to say again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the flip side.
Vibe every day.